And I am the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology Program Chair and an Assistant Professor at the University of Arizona Global Campus. I'm pleased to welcome you today to this workshop titled Pause, Reflect, Restore, a Guided Wellness Journaling Session with Dr. April Larsen. Dr. April Larsen has been an educator for over 20 years with experience spanning both secondary and higher education. Through her career, she has consistently taught and modeled health and wellness principles, reflecting a lifelong passion for prioritizing well-being. Prior to entering the field of education, she worked as a sports massage therapist for professional and world-class athletes, gaining firsthand experience in wellness, recovery, and holistic health. Dr. Larsen spent 17 years as a high school coach, physical education teacher, and health educator. She currently serves as an associate faculty member at UAGC and as a professor in the College of Business at Western Governors University. Teaching and promoting health and wellness practices remains one of her greatest passions. She is pleased to participate in the session where we will engage in simple, evidence-informed wellness journaling practices designed to support reflection, emotional regulation, and clarity, with the goal of increasing self-awareness, gratitude, and intentional living. Please welcome Dr. April Larsen.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prendergast-Lucas, and welcome everyone. I'm so glad that you are here and willing to pause in the middle of full schedules, full inboxes, and full responsibilities. I'm sure this session will be very helpful for you. I'm going to type in the chat the link to a document to you're welcome to open it and make a copy if you would like. This is a guided journaling worksheet that you can record your responses on if you would prefer to do that digitally, or you can simply grab a piece of paper and handwrite your thoughts as we work through the 5 prompts that we're going to explore today. Let me share my screen. Welcome again. I'm very happy that you're here. In our daily lives, we spend much of our time responding to expectations, deadlines, and responsibilities, and constant communication. What we often do not make space for is intentional reflection. Yet research consistently shows that structured reflection practices like wellness journaling support emotional regulation, stress reduction, cognitive clarity, and even resilience. Expressive and reflective writing has been linked to reduced stress and anxiety, improved immune functioning, greater emotional processing, increased self-awareness, improved problem solving and clarity, and a stronger sense of meaning and purpose. From a neuroscience perspective, journaling helps move experiences from the emotional reactivity into language and structure. So when we put our feelings into words, we are activating parts of the brain that are associated with reasoning and regulation. Simply put, writing helps us to calm our mind and organize our thoughts. There are many benefits of journaling, and here are some additional ones. It can also help prevent burnout by increasing awareness of our internal states. It can strengthen intentional practices in both our personal and professional lives, improve boundary setting, support gratitude and a sense of meaning, and help reconnect to purpose during demanding seasons. Now, this session today is not about productivity, and it's certainly not about perfect writing. It's also not about sharing unless you choose to do so. This is private reflection time. Please keep in mind that there is no right way to journal. You're welcome to write in full sentences, in bullet points, phrases, or even just single words. My only invitation to you today is this: to slow down, notice, and respond honestly. So let's begin by taking one slow breath together. Everyone inhale and exhale. Wonderful. Let's take a look at our first prompt. This prompt focuses on awareness. I want you to notice your current state. What is true for you right now? Here are some thoughts you might consider. What emotions are present beneath the surface? Where are you feeling tension or ease in your body? What has been occupying most of your mental space recently? What are you carrying that others may not see? Please write without filtering or editing. This is simply about awareness. I will give you 6 minutes to journal with prompt number 1. Wonderful. Let's move on to our second prompt. This prompt is about gratitude and meaning, which are so powerful. So I want you to consider, what is one aspect of your life right now that feels meaningful, steady, or quietly supportive? Some ideas you might explore include a relationship that brings you comfort or encouragement, a recent moment that made you smile, a strength that you have that you've relied on recently, something small in your daily routine that feels grounding for you, an experience that reminded you of what matters most. Now, gratitude does not mean ignoring our challenges. It simply invites us to notice what is still present, still good, and still sustaining through those challenges. Please consider those thoughts as you write freely and without judgment for the next 6 minutes. Very good. We will move on to prompt number 3. This prompt focuses on self-compassion and encouragement. So speaking to yourself with care. If you were offering yourself the same kindness you would offer to a close friend, what would you say right now? Here are some thoughts to explore. Words of reassurance, recognition of your efforts, giving yourself permission to rest, encouragement for something you have coming ahead, validation of something difficult you're going through, that you have been through, or that is on the horizon. Consider those thoughts as you write freely and without judgment for the next 6 minutes. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and move on to our fourth journaling prompt. This theme is lightening the mental load, releasing and letting go. So I want you to consider, what is something that you are holding on to that may no longer be serving you? Some examples and suggestions to reflect on include an expectation you may have placed on yourself, a worry that keeps looping in your mind, a comparison that is draining your energy, a belief that feels outdated or heavy, a responsibility that may need renegotiation. And then consider, if I loosened my grip on this, what might shift? I would encourage you to write honestly and remember that this is about awareness and not about immediate change. Please reflect and journal for the next 6 minutes. Okay, let's move on to our fifth and final prompt. This is focused on intention setting, and our theme is moving forward with clarity. I want you to consider what you need more of in the coming weeks, and what is one small, realistic step that you could take towards achieving that. You might reflect on your energy, your boundaries, rest, your rest levels, and whether you need more, creativity, connection, structure, compassion towards yourself. Reflecting on these areas, I want you to write one intention that you are going to set for yourself as you reflect on what you have coming up in the coming weeks. And what is one small action that you can take to work towards achieving that intention? Now, the focus is keeping it simple and attainable. Please consider these things as we write for the next 6 minutes. Okay, let's look at our final slide and our closing thoughts. Please take a moment to look back at what you wrote. I would love for you to notice if you see any patterns, any surprises, or any additional clarity gained from this experience. After reflecting, if you would like to type in the chat one word that captures how you feel right now compared to when we began, I would love to hear your thoughts. Grounded, clearer. That is the power of journaling. Peaceful, looser. Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's pause for one final breath. Breathe in and exhale. Thank you all so much for giving yourself permission to slow down. Please remember that reflection is not an indulgence, it is a professional strength. When we cultivate self-awareness, we lead, teach, and serve with greater steadiness and greater intention. I'm so grateful that you all joined me here today. I intentionally saved some time at the end if any would like to unmute and share your thoughts or your experiences about today's session or journaling experiences that you have had in the past. I know it can be a very powerful and healing experience. Would anyone like to share? While you're considering, I was speaking with a colleague recently who shared that she had a friend going through some very difficult and processing some very negative emotions. And the friend told her that she felt like as she journaled, it was like the venom was coming out and she just felt whole and healed. So it is so very powerful. If anyone would like to share anything, you're certainly welcome to. But of course, you don't have to as well.
I'll just say I was surprised at how much I needed rest. That kept coming up. I'm like, man, I guess I'm tired. I didn't. Sometimes I lack that awareness of, just how I feel. Sometimes I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. So that kept coming up. I'm like, wow, I think I need to schedule some downtime. I did not know that.
Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, when we pause and give ourselves a moment to reflect and turn inward, which is something that we don't usually do when we're so busy, we start to recognize our needs. And of course, it's just like putting the oxygen mask on ourselves first, right? We need to take care of ourselves so we can fulfill the rest of our responsibilities fully. Would anyone else like to share? Oh, in the chat, thank you. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Sharissa. That's so fantastic to hear about the progress you've made. Yes, Zag, very true. Thank you for sharing. I hope this is something that you will take and move forward and continue to incorporate in your life. It is very powerful. And as I mentioned, it's a strength. It certainly isn't an indulgence or being selfish. It's a professional strength when we give ourselves this permission to slow down, pause, and reflect. So thank you all so much for joining me today.
A big thank you to Dr. April Larsen for her time and insights today. That concludes the workshop, Pause, Reflect, Restore, a guided wellness journaling session. Thank you to all the attendees for joining us. We hope you found this workshop renewing. If you loved this workshop, then show your love. I put some links in the chat. You might have to scroll up a little bit. Here you can vote for your favorite sessions. There are a couple of awards you can vote for. So there's the Clifford Blizzard Award for Passionate Care and Creative Excellence, and there's also the UAGC Wellness Warrior Award. So don't forget to vote. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of your sessions.